main purpose of this video right here is to talk to people about how to increase their income. I'm just going to show you some of the things that I do and some of the things I use to increase the amount of money that I make.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Road 100, and I'm back. I'm out here in these streets, out here chasing this bag. Sometimes my days running together, I'll be grinding so hard, man. I really only take one day off a week. And hey, first of all, let me just say good morning to all the grind gang, everybody that's out there grinding, everybody that's getting their paper, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the grind gang. In order to be successful in business, especially when you're an independent contractor, you got to remember that you got to be motivated. You have to be inspired yourself to get up and go out and get that bag daily. So you have to set up a business strategy, which would include your schedule, your expenses, your profits. Keep a record of everything that you do. The focus should not be on what somebody else is doing, but more so what you're doing, what your capabilities are. Not so much as it's not always how much you make. It's got a lot to do with how much of that you spend unnecessarily. When you're creating your business strategy, you'll have to set limits for yourself for what you can and cannot allow to spend, especially after you see taxes the first year around. You start to get a better idea of how to make your money and where to make cuts and save money at. Stick to your business strategy. If you say that I'm going to work 4 days a week dedicated to this particular grind, then 4 days a week you should be getting up dedicated to that particular grind. If you don't get up and go to work, in some cases, before your businesses are set up to where they make passive income, if you don't get up and go to work, you won't get paid. It's not like, you can call off when you work for yourself, especially if you don't have staff. Now, if you have staff, you can, but you put more stress on your staff if you're taking days off. Since I partner with several platforms, I have a dedicated amount of hours that I'm willing to dedicate to each one of those platforms each week. But it's all dependent on the platform and what I've learned from working on the platform. What days are more profitable for me to work versus the days that are not. I've been a driver for a little over a year now. I've seen all kind of videos, and let me tell you, none of my videos, none of my thumbnails, nothing you'll see that says, hey, make $1,000 a week driving with Uber, make $1,500 a week driving with Lyft. Don't say anything like that. I'm not saying that you can't. I know you can. I've done it. However, I know it can be done. I don't know that you can do it. See, that's the thing. You can't just look at what somebody else does, and just because somebody else can do it, that makes you good at it. You got to do your best impression of a good job as well in order to try to reap any type of benefits from a job. I speak about this a lot of times, especially in my Instacart videos. If you watch my Instacart vlog, you'll realize that, man, it's all about catering to the customer. And if you do a good job catering to the customer, doing the job properly, most times the job pays for itself. That's when you'll start to see the bigger tips. That's when you'll start to see your ratings go up, and you start to win bonuses for having, top ratings and things like that in your area. And I know, because those are the type of things that I do show, so that you can see, Instacart does give bonuses for good customer reviews. DoorDash and all of these, they do give bonuses based on certain time pay, based on time you work with me. I can show you this because I've seen it myself. to be successful, or if you want to get to another plateau when it comes to becoming a driver, you have to get embodied in the driver character. And I don't mean in the mindset that all I'm going to do is drive. Of course not. Nobody's goal is to continue driving. I mean, I actually like driving, delivering, but that's not my goal. That's not my end goal. It's one of my short-term goals. As a driver, it opens up doors, other paths that I'm trying to go down. So what I'm saying is, as a driver, you got to embody the character of a driver. Once you do that, you'll start to see some of those people that are saying that they don't understand how some of these people are profiting the amount that they're profiting. Well, you just don't understand because you haven't embodied the character of a delivery driver. You haven't embodied the character of someone who works for themselves and has to get up and motivate and inspire themselves to go and get it. Some of those people that are telling you they're making $1,000 a week and $1,500 a week, and you know why? They're probably working like 10 hours a day, every day. So if you're not willing to do that part of it, when somebody comes back and say, well, I'm not making $1,500 a week, that's why. You don't drive 10 hours a day. If you did, you probably would make $1,500 a week. Maybe. There's no guarantee. The reason why you can't really tell somebody that because it's all based on location. Simple. This is what I do. I work 6 days a week unless I feel like doing otherwise. If I decide that I'm going to take another day off besides Sunday, because I always take Sunday to spend with my family. I'm with my kids. We do family things on Sunday. That's the day we all off. Or I'm relaxing. That's my one day to rest up. So total, I'll probably drive 7 or 8 hours most days. But it's not continuous. It's split. I'm usually doing Instacart from like anywhere from 8 in the morning to 12 or 1 in the afternoon. I'm usually doing skip the dishes from like 7 to 8:30 in the evening to 2 or 3 in the morning. So it's split. I got time to stop, go home, spend time with my kids, run errands, do all that, you know what I mean? And I still do decent money just from those two. And then when it comes to DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, Amazon Flex, I rarely get to do Amazon Flex because it's hard to get it here, period, at all. But all of those other ones, I just do like periodically throughout the week, just to stay active in the system. I might try to make $100 from each one of those in a week. Like DoorDash, yeah, I could probably make $100 from DoorDash every week. That's just turning on and catching a couple orders a day. DoorDash, to me, in my experience, in my area, they pay the most. It's a little bit more bullshit you gotta go through sometimes. Postmates is fairly new to our region. What I mean by that, it's only been here for like 3 months. Now, I was signed up to Postmates almost about like 8 or 9 months ago, but they wasn't in the area yet. When they came in the area, I was already set up. I had my everything already, and I could just start doing what I had to do. But Postmate hasn't grown on here yet, so it's not really that busy. So what I like to do is when I'm doing Postmates, I usually do Postmates and DoorDash at the same time. Because DoorDash, you can pause. So if you got them both on and you get a Postmates order, you can pause the DoorDash order, go get the Postmates. You know what I'm saying? Turn it back, however you want to do it. You know what I mean? I just try to dedicate time to each one. But what I'm trying to explain to you about your strategy is have a strategy and stick to the strategy. My strategy is to work a certain amount of hours on each platform per week. One, so that I can show you guys the differences between them. And two, so that I can decide which ones are more profitable for me. So when I know something's a little bit more profitable, I'll start to back up off of something that's not. TaskRabbit, man, I've been seeing people get paid off TaskRabbit, boy. Man, they've taken me through the longest process just to get in, you know what I mean? But everything seems to be looking good. I can't wait to get my first job or two with TaskRabbit, just so I can explain to you guys how it went. Hopefully I'll get some of those gravy jobs like some of these people get, you know, maybe I get one of those real tough ones so I can make a video and be like, man, this was crazy. I'm not scared to get my hands dirty. I'm about getting the money. I just like doing it for myself versus doing it for somebody else, personally. Like I said, you're always gonna help somebody else get money, but it doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to know them personally. You don't have to, like, know that's what you're doing. You need to be focused on your money. Let them focus on theirs. If you pocket watching, that's not good. If you're looking at somebody else's pockets, how can you possibly be paying attention to what's going on in yours? You know, these are lessons. You know, I learned these lessons long ago. Two people can work at the same place, make the same salary or the same hourly wage, work the same amount of hours per week. One person smokes cigarettes, the other person don't. You already know that at the end of each month, one of those people are considerably poorer, more and more each month than the other one, even though they make the same amount of money. My mom used to tell me back in the day, anytime she caught me complaining or bitching about money, she said, look, it's people that are making less than you that live a lot better than you do. And there's people that make way more than you that live a lot worse. And I mean, I kind of got it then. I was just looking at it like, you know, a Chinese proverb or something. Like, yeah, I mean, of course, but when you look at it at the end of the day, it's true. It's just people, how people choose to use their money. You know? If you're balling on a budget, then ball on a budget. You feel me? Anyway, you already know it's your boy Roll 100. I do it so you don't have to. Remember, when you roll, make sure it's 100. Peace.